everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer. Welcome to what I think is the 11th day of the Feisty Festivus and the first day of Hanukkah. For all my friends out there who are celebrating Hanukkah, happy first night of Hanukkah. So I am pre-recording a lot of these videos to try to make sure, well, I'm pre-recording all the videos. I mean, none of them are live. That was kind of stupid, but you get my point. They were like really pre-recorded. So you're gonna probably notice that my hair is changing because I haven't had my hair done, but like in the next video, I might not have any roots. Who knows? But the important thing is that there's a video going up every day. And that today we are gonna be doing a get ready with me, playing with some new to me makeup, and everything in front of me, some of the stuff is new, like pretty new, and other things have been around for a while. I just never got around to showing you on my channel. So let's go ahead and pull my hair back first. When this video goes up, I will have dealt with my roots, but it's just so funny because it's actually only been not even 3 weeks since I got my hair colored. I don't know, guys, I don't know what to tell you. It just grows incredibly fast. Okay, so we are going to be playing with today the new, this is relatively new, Huda Beauty Fox Filter Skin Finish Foundation. This is the foundation stick. A whole bunch of stuff from Surratt, and I love Surratt Beauty. The Sicily lipstick, the Lafito Rouge in Beige Manhattan. The lipstick formula is not new, but the shade is. The Dior Backstage in Glitz. I'm going to be doing the rose one soon. Makeup by Mario Rose Nude Lip Gloss. So, all those things are new. Bronzer, we'll find a bronzer to use as well. I don't think I have a new, I mean, I've been using the Gucci pretty much above everything else. I don't think I have a new bronzer. And of course the Dior Backstage, I could use something there. We'll take a look. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna use is the Surratt Perfectionist Primer. They sent me this when I ordered a bunch of Surratt products, and it's just a sample of it. It comes in a little squeezy tube. They gave me a sample size. I have no idea about this primer, guys. I have no idea what it's gonna do to my face. So, haven't read about it, don't know. I do try to be informed about the things that I bring to you, and even when I do first impressions, I do try to have some semblance of knowledge about the products, but I will admit, this month is a little different. Things are a little hectic, trying to get through the holidays and everything, and work, and trying to get a video up every day. So I apologize if there's some things that I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. Just don't. Okay, so this is Vanilla 120B, and I don't know about the shade. Like, we'll see. I mean, it was, I tried to do a shade match, and it wasn't working on Sephora, and I don't know why. I just couldn't, I mean, I couldn't, like, you know, usually you can put in like your foundations that you use and it can show you, it just was not working. I don't know what was going on. All right, so let's just try applying it to the face. It doesn't look, I mean, it's a little light, but it doesn't look bad. Maybe a little bit too yellow. Let's try a sponge on one side. Okay, sponge is not working. Let's try a brush. Okay, that looks worse. I do have problems with stick foundations, guys, because my skin is generally too dry. That does not look good. I don't know if you guys can see it because the camera tends to blur imperfections a little because of the lighting. What is happening is that like every single little pore, you can see every single little pore on my face. Okay, we are going to fix that. We are going to put this back in its case. First of all, it's too light. But second of all, I'm gonna wipe this off and we're gonna start again. Okay, we're gonna start again. Let's try the primer again. It could be the primer. Sometimes primers just don't react well. All right, we'll let the primer sit for a second. It could be the primer because I've never tried that foundation. I would say at the moment, that is a fail. We'll see. Let me try a foundation that I know works for me. This is the Chanel Sublimage. Let's see what happens with this one. It's funny, every time I smell this perfume, every time I smell the foundation, I am transferred back to working at the Chanel counter all those years ago because the smell is the same. Amazing how scent memory works, you know? Okay, interesting. It's the primer. I don't know what's in this primer, and we'll have to do some detailed looking at it, but the primer does not work. The primer is causing the same thing to happen that happened before, which are these weird polka dot pores, which has never happened when I use Chanel. So, I will wash my face again, and I will be right back. Okay, so we're back. It's gonna be that kind of day. I went back with the Huda Beauty stick. I still don't love it. I think it looks a little cakey on me, and the shade is a little light, but that's okay. I mean, I can work with it. With the primer though, it was terrible. And the primer worked terribly with the Chanel as well. So I'll find out more about the primer, but it does not work for me. Let's put it to you that way. Okay, so first let's go in with a little bit of bronzer. I don't think I need powder. My skin feels a little cakey. This is the Edward Bess in Daydream. This is a really good bronzer for me. I don't mention it that much. I actually don't have a lot of Edward Bess products, and I've mentioned before on my channel that I would like to try more, and I think where I used to see them was Barney's. And of course, no more Barney's. But I do really like that bronzer on me. I think it's a really good shade. Okay, so the eye products and the cheek products that we're gonna use today are Surratt. And the way Surratt works is you buy them in like a little case. For the most part, you can get palettes too. And you can create your own custom palette. So the shades that I have in here are Chocolate Noir, Poudre, MA, and Hot Chocolate. So I think, make sure I've got it right, this is Chocolate Noir, this is Hot Chocolate, I think this is MA or I think it's MA, and this is Poudre. When I do the eye look, I'll do the little box with a picture like I've been doing before so you guys can see which shades that I'm using. Now the cheek, the blushes, I have not put them in a custom case yet. So first is Angelique. Which is a very peachy shade. The next is La Rose des Soeurs, which is very much a rose that has like a almost brown undertone to it. It's really pretty. It's like, I think it's my favorite. And the last one is Chaleur, or Chalet. That's not how you pronounce it. It's C-H-A-L-E-U-R. And this one is kind of an in-between of those two. It's not as peachy and as like shimmery as this one, but it's a far less pink than this one, but it has more of a brown undertone to it. And I have no idea which one I'm gonna use today. I haven't gotten that far. I don't know. Okay, and then we've got the Sicily in Beige Manhattan, which is one of the new shades that they came out with. I will link Lexi Zhang's video below. She did a really great job in talking about the new shades. I have the Dior Backstage in Glitz. This is not new. The ones that came out this year, rose, I forget what it is. I have it and I'm gonna do that in another video, but I thought the glitz one would go better today. So this is technically a bronze. Yeah, this is bronze. This is peach. This is glitter strobe gold, and this is glitter strobe pink gold. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the peach here for like a blush, and then I'm gonna use the gold and the pink on highlights, and you guys can see it, and then I'm gonna use the bronze kind of over the Edward Bess. That's why I went in with the Edward Bess, because it's kind of a light. It's not as, like if I went with the Gucci, you would never see this bronze. I mean, it would be very hard. So let me bring you in a little bit closer. Let's do the gold, how are they calling it? Glitter strobe gold first. And I'm going in with the Wayne Goss Artist Collection brush because I want to see how light it is. You can see already like how, first of all, how gold that is. And this brush is the kind of brush that like you just get a tiny bit of pigment, and look already at that. It is very glittery, it is very shiny. I like it, but it's one of those things that you want to be, you know, careful with this shade. I could see if you went in with like a dense brush, yeah, you're definitely gonna get a lot of glow. All right, so now let's go in with the pink. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of go like over it a little bit here. And then down my nose. Yeah, you can definitely see, this is really like, almost like a glittery topper. Like for your eyes, this is like a glittery topper for your face. Do you see what I mean? It's definitely a highlighter, but it's almost like, what I would say is like you put this on, like the peach as the highlighter, and then you pick one of the strobe globes to put on top of it. But it definitely, I mean, that's definitely glittery. There's no question there. Okay, so if I swatch this peach, let's see. Yeah, it's definitely, that's more of the true, yeah, you can see how like that's just sort of glitter. The peach is more of like just the highlight. And then the bronze is definitely like bronzy bronze. I could not really use this as a highlighter. I can use it as a little bit over my bronze to like, you know, get my face glowy, but we're gonna be careful with it. So I'm gonna take the artist brush in large, and I'm gonna go into that peach. And like I said, it's definitely a highlighter, but what I'm gonna do is just kind of go like on my cheek with it. Yeah, that'll work. Because it's really light. The way the brush diffuses it, it's really light. Gonna be very glowy, guys. But I think that's actually kind of pretty. And then when I take the bronze shade, I will take my bronzing brush, my Tom Ford, and I'm just gonna kind of go over the bronze, like just high levels here. Really like glowy look. That actually looks really nice. I think if you go in with a very light hand, you can do that. So what I would say about this palette, I am very, very pale. And this is the glitz. I'd say that the gold is a little too gold for me, for my skin tone. I like the pink glitter. The peach is great. The peach I think looks lovely. And this is a little bit too much for a highlighter for me, but to go over my bronze to kind of like glow it up a little, I think looks really nice. I think I'm gonna like this more in the summer, which is what it was meant for, I believe, than the winter. So, but but I think it looks really pretty. I look very glowy, look very healthy, right? I think it looks nice. Okay. I think the key to that for me though is to keep it light. I think the rose gold one that I'm gonna use is gonna work better for me. Okay, let's go into the cheek shade. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff on my cheeks today. Let's use the one that wasn't, let's use the Rose Dessort because that one was not, didn't have any shimmer to it. Gonna go in with the classic cheek. Now that is on top of all of the glow, but that is really pretty. Yeah, I love that shade. That's a really nice shade. I think when I don't have all this glow on my face, it'll look, well, actually, I think it looks nice with the glow. I mean, I don't think it's too strong. You guys let me know if you think it's too much. I tried to go light with the other product so you could still see this, but I don't think it's too much. I think I went in light enough with the glow palette that it still looks really pretty, but you guys let me let me know what you think. I think it looks nice. Okay. Let's go with the Surratt eyeshadows. So I'm gonna start, I'm gonna do a very simple look today. I'm gonna use this actually as the base and put that all over my eye. And I think this is the Ma, I think. We'll find out. I'm gonna use one of my new brushes that my friend Ashley sent to me. This is the 01 from Refer. Thank you, Ashley. And basically I'm just gonna kind of put this down as a base. Almost like a primer, sorta. It's a very light pink and it's very close to my skin tone. I like this brush. This is a good brush. Okay, now let's take Wayne Goss number 17. And we're gonna go into this very deep, I think this is the Noir. Noir? I think it's the Noir. Actually, let's go into the hot chocolate. Hot, H-A, I think it's H-A-U-T-E. Make sure. Yep. And I'm gonna do a very smoked out transition here. Sarot had a shade palette called, what was it? Beyond Beige, I think it was. And it had all of the shades that I wanted in it, and it was sold out forever. And then I tried to get the shades individually and they didn't have those either. And in fact, a lot of the shades on their site have been sold out for some time. So I was excited to see some of the shades coming back, including the blushes that I picked up, because for like the longest time, everything was sold out. Now I don't know what was going on. Maybe somebody who is more familiar with Surratt can tell me if they were restocking or revamp. I mean, I don't know, but like everything was gone. The Surratt eyelash curler is most definitely my favorite eyelash curler ever. And that was sold out. I mean, I have one, but I might like to get another. So yeah, like everything was sold out for like the longest time. And I think it was Kinky Sweat who had like a video and a code off a lot of their their site or something. And so they had some stuff come back, but still a lot of the eyeshadows are still not available. Wayne Goss number 3. I have not tried the Surratt brushes, but I've heard good things. And I feel like they share, like they're made in the same plant or something, or made by the same, not the plant, they're made by like the same artisans as someone else, but I can't think of who. My brain lately, guys, I gotta tell you, just I guess with work and everything going on, and maybe it's like COVID fatigue, I don't know, but I have not been able to remember things lately, and it's bad. Like just basic stuff. I'm like, nope, don't have any recollection. I'm like, okay, that's not good. All right, I'm gonna go with the mini booster, and we're gonna go in with the darker shade, which is the Noir. Yeah, I'm like, I can't remember, like, just basic stuff. I'm like, what is wrong with me? I mean, I don't know. And I'm basically going mostly on the outer corner here, but then, you know, dragging it into the crease. And we'll buff that out with a 03. All right, let's buff that out. What I like about these shades is they're really easy to blend. They give a beautiful look. They are really nice on a more mature eye. And the Surratt shades in general, I just think are actually really pretty. The formulas are really good. I'm gonna go in with I think it's the Beige, which has more of a sparkle to it. Just put that on the eyelid. And you know, when you're looking for something that's more of a conservative work space appropriate, what am I looking for? You know, and I hate to say like just naturals, because what everyone considers natural is different too. I mean, you know, there's lots of people who wear color every day, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that if that's your thing, and you know, you feel comfortable with it. A lot of times, you know, for what I do, it's color's probably a little much, so I do tend to gravitate towards these browns, but you know, you can do a natural look with shades other than brown. I'm gonna go into the hot chocolate and the number 5 and line the under eye a little bit, but I mean, traditionally, I guess I would say these shades are considered, you know, more neutral, more workplace friendly, appropriate, whatever. But I really do think it depends on what you do for a living. I mean, we've had this conversation before. I think it really does, you know, differ. Let's take the metallic mink liner from Tom Ford, just line the upper line, upper lash line a little bit, just to give that a little bit of definition. And I know, try not to pull on my eyelid too much, but I think most of us will find as you hit, you know, almost 50, you need to pull on it a little. Not saying you should pull on it a lot, and I do try not to, but you know, to draw a straight line, the skin needs a little help. Okay, so I think that looks really nice. I think it's a beautiful look. You know, it's a simple look. It's not, you know, overly colorful or anything, but it's a really good palette when you're looking. I mean, I created this one out of shades that I liked, but when you're looking for something that, you know, can literally go anywhere, you want some definition, but you don't want too much of a look. You don't want too much color. So let me curl my lashes, put on mascara, and then we'll try the new lipstick, and we'll try the Mario lip gloss. Okay, so I think we were kind of off to a rocky start with the foundations, but other than that, I do really like the look. I think the Dior Backstage face palette is really actually very pretty. I went in with a very light hand, but I do think it looks really nice. The Glow Face palette. This is in Glitz, 002 Glitz. I actually used all the shades at once so you guys could see them, but I tried to go in with a very light hand with all of it. But I think it actually does look really nice. At first I was like, oh, it looks a little glittery, but I think now I really, really like it. The Syrop Blush in this rose shade, La Rosée des Soeurs. I'm somewhat close. I love that shade. It's hard to tell with the other products. I'll wear it more often so you guys can see it. It's a really, really pretty rosy blush. It's like not too pink. It's got like I can't really explain it. It's almost like a brown. You know what it reminds me a little bit of? A little. The She's So LA. Kind of that kind of vibe. I mean, I just think it's really pretty. And I love the eyeshadow palette. I just think it's a great basic. Of course, I created the palette out of 4 shades, but but you get the point. All right, so I'm gonna go with Nude Brune from Chanel before we put the lipstick on. Just love the Nude Brune. All right, and now we're gonna go with the Beige Manhattan. And as I said, this is not a new shade. This is not a new lipstick. This is a new shade. And like I will, as I mentioned before, I will link Lexi's video. These lipsticks feel so good on. My favorite shade from them is, I think it's number 33. I'll put it down below. It's Orange Seville. I love that shade, but this one is got to be a close second and might even be a first when I play around with it some more. It's a really good rosy nude for me. And with the Rose Natural liner, that's pretty perfect. Okay, now I might ruin it. So I wanted to pick up one of the Makeup by Mario glosses. I have his glam palettes and I haven't done a video with them yet, have I? No, I picked up 2 of them. I didn't pick up all 3. And I still haven't done a video. I'm gonna try to do it in December. You know, you'd think with 31 videos I would have time, but actually there's a lot of videos to do. All right, so that's the gloss. I have it in shade Rose Nude. And let's see how this works over the lipstick. Actually, that feels really nice. It feels light. Like it goes on very liquidy. So it's not sticky at all. Oh, it actually looks really pretty and it feels nice. And I don't think it has a scent, or at least I don't smell anything. Yeah, it's really nice, guys. It's very liquidy, it's very thin, but I think it worked really well over the lipstick. I'll have to try it over a lip liner. I think it's gonna be like a lighter feel to it, but actually it looks really nice. It's not settling into lines. It actually is plumping up my lips. That makes them look a little bit fuller. I like it. I mean, I just put it on, but but I like it. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. Again, happy Hanukkah to all of you that are celebrating out there. I appreciate you joining me for this slightly eclectic get ready with me. If you have any questions about any of the products, certainly let me know, and I'll make sure that when I do the Surratt picture, I take a picture of this one, because like I said, it's not something that you can buy together like that. Those are 4 shades that I put into my own curated palette. So, and you can do exactly the same. So, okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Other than the rocky start with the foundation, I think we did pretty well. And I think that really was the primer. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. Hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.